pilot house, Maritimo M51. That's the pilot house, 360 degrees visibility. You can slide the windows in the back, you can slide those windows on the side, and you can open the sunroof. There's this model, you can drive only from the pilot house, from the flybridge. There is no driving station down below. That couch, you can open it and you can use it as a bed if you have more guests or kids or anchor watches or whatever. Not that the anchor watch guy needs to sleep, but you can open this one and use it as a bed. Outside, sorry, cushions are not there. Underway we don't use cushions. And from left and to right. Up here, two multifunctional screens. You can use those as a chart plotter. You can use it for radars. You can hook up cameras, gauges, fish finders, whatever you like. Usually I'm running the right one, the one in front of me, on a radar mode, like 3 to 6 miles, half an hour speed. The left one is a chart. I've done the trip more than 200 times. I don't need a chart, but it's a good idea to see those. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Those green stuff, automatic identification systems. You're not gonna see them out of the window, but the electronics will catch them 50, 60 miles away sometimes. Antennas are high up, line of sight. And if it's a big boat and their antennas are up, sometimes 40 to 50, even 60 miles. So, another multifunctional screen that's just for the engines. Right now we are running 910 RPMs, 35% load on a 625 horses Volvo D11s. She's burning 5.1, 5.3 gallons, moving, my iPad will show me better, 7.2, 7.3, and this is with a lot of current against us. Usually she's moving like 8.2 with those RPMs. On this little screen we'll have the, like I said, the engine gauges, the most important thing for me, temperature of the engine, RPMs, fuel burn, load. That's all it is. We'll have voltages, we'll have this, we'll have that, all of the basic information about the engine, but the stuff that are important are those. From there, a little Zeiss binocular. Again, the boat is in a brand new condition. She didn't have binoculars, that's why I carry my own. My big iPad with the internal GPS antenna and all of the charts from all over the world. A little external GPS antenna, because this one is like 10 times faster than the antenna of the iPad. So once we start moving, iPad is good to go. But if you try to anchor somewhere and you're moving really slow, I know doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. If you're moving really slow or close to mountains or stuff like that, this one, basically the iPad will lose the signal or will update slow. And the last thing I want to have is the iPad is going dead for like 15 seconds. That's why I carry external GPS antenna. Big searchlight, mirror searchlight, and a normal multi-purpose searchlight, plus that one, plus I have a couple more. Controls for the searchlight on the boat. Up, down, left, right. Usually I don't use this. I'm using that one out of the window. You open and you're way faster, way accurate, and a lot of times, believe it or not, this one is way stronger, way more powerful light than what we have on a vessel this size. From here, engine controls. We don't have a lot of any other stations, so the only thing that you have to do is ignition, fire up one, fire up the other engine. This one is already engaged, push it forward. Bow stern thruster, the only thing that you have to do for those is press this little power button twice to engage them. Electrical, but they can push the vessel for like 12 to 15 seconds sideways. Absolutely easy to do a maneuver or to adjust or fix your maneuver if you can't really drive with the twin screw. Great option. We don't have a joystick. I don't mind not having a joystick. Those are absolutely enough to be able to drive this boat any place, anytime. She's great with just bow and stern and 2 engines. Here we have the trim tabs. Another way, I'm keeping them all the way up. Most of the time when we're running 20-25 knots, they go like 80 to 90% down. Right now, all the way up. That little indication over here stays there for no reason. The probably is the adjustment, just the sensor on the back, but the trim tab is all the way up. That's the wiper controls. We have 3 wipers. Needs to be really bad weather in order to get those wet. Up north we're gonna have some rain, so I hope we're gonna have some rain so we can wash the boat. But those are the, again, wiper controls, trim tabs, engine controls, bow and stern thruster, search controls, searchlight controls, and my iPad. Everything's right here. 2 radios, VHF radios, one on channel 16, another on 22. Here we have the speaker for the 16 radio that is on 16. Music, we don't listen music underway. That's the only thing that is with a cover. So that's the XM radio, Sirius radio, stuff like that, Fusion. That's the autopilot. I'm running compass course right now, 330. I don't run tracks, I don't run roads, I don't run those stuff. I'm running, especially on this stretch over here. Like I said, I'm really familiar with the area. 330 on a compass, keep it for like 45 minutes. After that, it's 5 degrees to port. That's all it is here. Now, red lights, compass light, helm light, nav lights, anchor light, everything, all of the lights are right there. And the red one at night is all the way to the left. I don't have to remember, I don't have to count. In the middle of the night, you just put your hand all the way left, you click it, and up here on the ceiling, we're gonna have a couple of red lights. Great option. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 buzzers. The only button that we have is the horn, away from all of the other switches. So in the case of emergency, or somebody jump in front of you in San Diego Bay, you don't have to think. The right hand will find the only button over here, and that's the horn. I'm not gonna talk about different stuff, certain panels, certain boats, certain manufacturers, but I've been on a boats that the anchor switch, the light switch, and the horn switch are right next to each other. So 3 o'clock in the morning, the chance to drop the anchor, to get the lights, or to start honking is the same. Here, horn is to starboard, the red light is to port. Everything else, I will see. We have anchor up and down, we have the anchor counter, so that's a good option. I mean, relatively big dinghy, you can't really see the anchor, but I can go on the bow, drop the anchor to the bottom, run from there here if it's rainy, and keep on dropping the anchor from here. Plus I can see how much chain I have. I would like to see this boat with somebody to measure the chain and mark the chain, so we don't need, you're not gonna need anybody here to tell you how many feet down you have. So you go on the anchorage area, 30 feet, I need 5 to 1, 150 feet. I know that I have mark, let's say blue, red, blue on 160. I don't have to calculate, I don't have to do nothing. You go and you drop the anchor all the way to the mark, and that's it. Right there, you're 5 to 1. So again, keep on going with the switches. What I like, doesn't matter for a lot of people, but if it's me, I'm really gonna mark the chain. Anchor counter is working. Last night we dropped it. We have 250 feet chain most likely, because we put 212 and we had like 35 feet on the anchor well. So anchor down, anchor up, emergency parallel. I can hook up those batteries to the starting batteries to the house if I have to. Sunroof open and close, great option, especially for Southern California. I mean, you can get the boat convertible. It's always a great option. Anchor light, nav light, helm light, compass light, and again, Red light all the way to port. Gotta love it. Of course, the Red Bull, you can't drive a boat without a Red Bull. That's about it. Simple, simple, simple. To drive the boat, ignition, start one, start the other. Engine controls are already engaged because it's the only driving station. We don't have wing stations, we don't have cockpit station, that's the only one. So from there, that power switch, power button for bow and stern, you press it twice to engage those and you drive. Visibility is great, powerful engines, powerful vessel, easy to drive. Again, 910, 551 gallons per hour, 35% load, roughly 7, 9, 6, 7, 7.5 knots speed, burning close to 1.4, 1.5 miles per gallon. We still have like 300 per piece, so I have like fuel for like 900. I have 110 to the very next gas station. Again, I have 800 plus miles range with the fuel. I will refuel after 120 miles. That's about it with the equipment of this vessel. And you can see why sometimes we need hillbilly headlights on the bow of the boat. Those are great. They have automatic identification system transponders, so I can see them even at night without the lights. But I've seen those, bunch of those with absolutely nothing, no light, no AIS, no nothing. So because of equipment like this, or tons of smaller stuff, we do have the lights. That's in front of Monterey, California. It's right there. Bunch of those. That's the third one that I saw the last hour and a half. Tons of current against us. We're moving 7.5 knots. I hope we're not gonna have this at night, but I'll run the hillbilly headlights. Perfect set. 60 miles south of San Francisco. Weather's great. 5-10 knots of wind on the bow. Right now 5. Some dolphins, but they just disappeared. And that's about it. Tonight will be a nice quiet night. Tomorrow morning, Bodega Bay. No problems, no traffic, no nothing. Just a great run to this moment. Beautiful. And good morning, everybody. Morning, approaching Bodega. We're in between the breakwaters. Outside is like 5 knots of wind, but some choppy seas. Up from us, north from us, is still blowing 20. This afternoon, actually tonight, I'll start blowing a little bit more on Mendocino, 150 miles north of us. That's why we're not gonna go. We're gonna go in over here. We'll stop. I wanna check some stuff on the boat. I wanna refuel. We still have pretty much probably 500 gallons. I'll check. I'm planning to transfer all of the fuel from one tank to another and refill just one tank. First, to see if the transfer pump is working. Second, to be sure that at least the one tank I have absolutely clean fuel, because the relatively easy part of the trip is over. From here to Mendocino, we have 150 miles. I have pretty much no place to stop. The only place to stop is a small, skinny Anchorage shelter cove, which is good for like 2-3 boats, really rolling. Rocks on the bottom, close to the shore, breakers, stuff like that. So pretty much once you commit from here to Mendocino, you have to go. I mean, you just have to cover the distance pretty much no matter what. And no matter what is not going with a questionable fuel. I never had a problem with the fuel in Bodega, never had a problem with you know, the fuel quality or water or sediments or whatever. But that does not mean that I'm not gonna transfer the fuel from one tank to another to be sure that on one tank I have clean fuel and the other one is whatever it is. There is a way, absolutely easy way, I will show you how to separate one tank from another. Just basically it's a simple valve in the middle, in between the tanks. So right there I will separate one tank from the other. I will close the crossover, and the fuel's not gonna go from one tank or whatever, water or sediments or whatever. It's not gonna go from the clean fuel to the dirty fuel or vice versa. And that's the plan. Weather, it's really tricky. Oh, sunrise, romantic. The weather is really tricky. A couple of days from now, they're saying that along the shore, close to the shore, we're gonna have a chance to push to Mendocino. North of Mendocino, no wind. And after that, 4 or 5 days from now, even some south winds with us, which is gonna be helpful. I mean, really helpful. This vessel, it's a light vessel, go fast, relatively flat bottom. She's great on a choppy seas, but once you get a tailwinds, pretty much any tailwinds, she will fly on pretty much no RPMs. Right now, there is a slight current going against us, and I'm doing 5.2, and you can see, probably you can see what the buoys are doing. So she's doing 5.5 on idle. If I have 20 knots in the back, 20 knots following, I need like 30% load on those engines and she will go full speed. So right here she will burn way less than 0.8 per mile. So with 900 gallons of fuel, we'll have absolutely enough fuel to go all the way up. Now the plan is not to go all the way up. Near Bay, the upper left corner of the States, Indian territory, they're selling a really good cheap fuel. Sometimes the maximum amount of fuel that I can refuel there is 800 gallons, but this boat holds 900. It's not like we carry 5,000. So whatever I burn, I will refuel in Near Bay on a cheap fuel, sometimes like $4.20, $4.30 versus $6 in Seattle. So if we can save some money, we'll save some money. That's the plan. Bodega, refuel, check some stuff, transfer the fuel, check the engines and generator again, and wait for the weather. As soon as the weather permits, nice and easy along the shore, Mendocino. Right there I'll decide if I'm gonna stop in, depends on the weather forecast, if we're gonna stop Crescent City, which is Northern California, or Coos Bay, which is Southern Oregon, or Newport, again Oregon for fuel, or if we have a good tailwinds, push all the way to Near Bay, refuel there, and run for the roses. That's it. Very next short video will be refueling and transferring fuel and checking engines and stuff. It's so beautiful here. Let me get the window out. There we go. So on a COVID, we had deers running right on this beach. COVID situation, there was nobody here. So the deers were running right on the beach. A really nice area. Coast Guard right next to us, right behind the corner there. That's the Coast Guard station. Looks big, but on a low tide, you can walk on the bottom. You must stick into the channel in this one. It doesn't matter what kind of boat. Again, That's the transfer pump. That's the transfer switch. You open this one in order the fuel to run through the pump. You close the fuel balance valve. Basically, this valve will stop the fuel from starboard to transfer to port. It's not gonna equalize the tanks. It's not gonna balance the tanks. You close this one. So right now I'm transferring from starboard tank to port tank, and I will keep this one closed for the rest of the trip. The idea is that the generator is running only on one tank, so right here you can balance if you run the generator for 2 or 3 days. Instead of using just one tank, you're using both of the tanks. Here what I have, it's a bow valve for the side tube. You press and you can see the fuel level. I'll run this transfer pump for like 20 minutes in order to transfer some fuel from starboard to port, have clean fuel on port, and refuel start. That's the transfer pump. Do not do this at home. It's a 3-position switch, on, off, on. Right now it's transferring from port to starboard, but instead of holding the switch, I just jam it. Do not do this. That's not good. Now we're almost there with the fuel again. And there you go. We have 320 gallons. The other side, the guy on the fuel don't just show up, so they will start refueling the starboard side. I'm transferring to port. I will transfer all the way to the top 422 because somebody measured it. It might be a little bit low. I don't need all of this fuel. She's burning close to nothing. You can see how much fuel we have. Considering that this boat, when I pull back, can do 1.5 miles per gallon. Just what I can see right now, I have enough fuel to go to the very next fuel stop. And I'm not even done with this one. And the other one will have at least 150 gallons, plus we're gonna refuel. So, long story short, tons of fuel. Pump is warm to hot. The impeller is just warm. So, we're good on this one. Great, great, great. Let me check again before I go out. Beauty. Let's go out and see what kind of fun we're dealing with. Paparazzi, beautiful morning. One of the fuel ups is right there. Kind of tricky. That's why we're gonna use the smaller gun, the smaller fill up. Just because the other one is a commercial type, the red one. You can see the size. We're not gonna be able to fit it over here, but this one is perfect. There you go. I'm gonna go down below. I'll tell you exactly what's going on with the fuel level.
And is the jerry can in there or in the
Jerry can is there. I will fill her. I will pull her up right now so we can refuel. There you go. Let's pull this one out. A brand new thingy. Don't ask me what is that or what is that. I know what it is. I don't know why the heck is there. I mean, if I can't deal with a jerry jug, I don't deserve to drive a $2-3 million boat, but somebody decided that it's a great idea. Easy to use. Nope, it's not. Easy to use when it's nice and straight pipe. This one? Done with this one. Pump. The impeller. It's cold. Pump is warm. To the last moment, this one was working. There you go. So impeller is not shut. The pump is working. Everything is cool. So if tomorrow some mechanic called me that, you know what, the pump, no. pump is working. Let's see what's going on here. Press and hold. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Since we're healing a little bit on one side, I don't want to pull it all the way. I don't want to fill up all the way, just because once she goes leveled, we might overfill the tank or might show me a little bit more, which I'm not comfortable with. 400 here, 400 here. I know I can put on a 50, I don't need them. 400 here, and we're gonna fill up 400 on the other side, 800. Those are easy 1,000 miles. I have half. Now, something that I discovered. Pretty sure this one should not be like that. I have to get those tight and adjust this just a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but just a little bit. Here is rubber, here is rubber. At the same time, I don't want to put any tension on those. Whatever I can fix, I better fix it. I have nothing else better to do. 350 gallons. That's the total fuel consumption from California. I mean, California, we're still in California. From Newport to Bodega. We'll see what we're gonna do. We'll calculate the distance after that. Okay, ready to go. The bow will be the first one, stern will be the last one. Over there, I will swing the vessel. We're gonna point south. We're not gonna need to move the fenders, we're not gonna need to do anything else. Just grab the bow and toss it on board and we're good to go. Okay, now, on easy boats, half of the time I'll forget to turn the thrusters on, just because easy boats to drive. Okay, this one, thrusters on, engines on. Three seconds, both of the thrusters to the left. 101, 102, 103. Stern thruster, not that efficient, but the bow is. We don't need to be efficient though. From here, we go reverse on a starboard engine, reverse on a port engine. Starboard engine only, again port engine. Starboard engine only. I'll swing in front of the channel over there, the little channel. I'm not gonna try to turn around over here. No point. Doing a bunch of 90 degrees instead of just one. On reverse, she can do 3.7, 3.6 knots just on gears. She's totally fine. Anybody coming from there? No. So, neutral on this one, neutral on that one. Let's move the camera. Actually, I don't need to move the camera. We're on the same side. Cool. Okay, rudder in the middle, nice and easy. We will stop on a first dock behind the rusty one, but a lot of them are rusty. The Sultan Cross. Okay, left bicycle. Left bicycle is starboard engine forward, left port engine reverse. It's like riding a bicycle. There you go, that's the left bicycle to swing the vessel. Neutral on port engine, starboard engine still engaged for a little bit of forward momentum and a little bit of turn. Neutral on a starboard engine. Check the dock before we get there. Port engine forward, kick for like 3 seconds, enough. Both of the engines forward for 3 seconds, enough. From here it's gonna be absolutely easy run. Port engine goes reverse with the thruster, couple of kicks. We're gonna stop over here. That's one of those should have electricity. I will bring the bow all the way to the corner. And the first night in Bodega. Fishing fleet is back home. At least 4 boats came in the last hour. Fishermen are coming. I don't know if it's the season or the weather. All day today was south wind 3 knots. But north of us, boys are reporting, Fort Bragg is reporting 25. Mendocino is reporting 30 knots, and we'll keep on going up and up and up. I'm not gonna be surprised to see 40 knots on the buoys. We're safe and sound in the Marina. There is some rusty vessel behind us, Southern Cross. Extra lines, extra fenders. Electricity is on. Boat is nice and warm. No problems on the vessel. But weather. Forecast right on the money is pretty much always. The plan is tomorrow, Monday, we're gonna stay here. Tuesday, we're gonna stay here, and probably Tuesday midnight, we're gonna start going close to the shore. We'll start pushing to go from here to Mendocino, 150 miles. The first 100, 120 might be the tricky miles. Above Mendocino, south winds, which is great for us. Hope for a accurate weather forecast. Boat is full of fuel. No problems with the running gear, no problems with transmission steering. I mean, she's like new, in a new condition. So, not a problem. It's cold, and tomorrow will be colder, and after tomorrow, even colder than tomorrow. So, yeah. Weather as always. Waiting for a better weather. Tuesday morning, couple of days from now, we go. I'll see what the fishermen will do. Those are really good guys. They're local, they know their stuff. Not that I'm not local, but it's a good idea to see what they're gonna do. Some of their boats are, heavier, bigger, tougher, commercial type of vessels. But I'm on a really good vessel as well, so we'll see. I'm not gonna be surprised if I'm the first one out of here. The distance from here to Point Marina, it's a good 50 miles along the shore. So that's San Francisco. We're right here. That's Marina. Our push will be Marina to Fort Bragg. From there, once we get along the shore, close to the shore, I don't expect pretty much any wind. The swell will be like 5 to 6 feet. Nothing major, nothing big. I mean, she can do a lot more than that. But the idea, there you go, the big picture. If that's Alaska and that's Panama, the only place that is blowing right now is here. Those south winds, golden for us. So, San Francisco, Marina, Mendocino. Our push will be those 50 to 70 miles. That's 6 o'clock in the morning. 11 o'clock in the morning, our push will be right here. 11 o'clock in the morning is pretty much 15 knots, not a big deal. 2 in the afternoon, as afternoon blow, we might get like 20s. There you go. Along the shore over here, close to the shore, 15, 12. There you go, along the shore is going down. And once we are basically north of Fort Bragg, we're gonna hug the coast. Once we're north of Marina, we are expecting light south winds. It doesn't matter what south pretty much blowing. If it's south, it's great. Our destination's right here. I mean, the safest place right here. Once we turn around the corner, it's a joke. But that's the idea. We're gonna start in an hour or half an hour. Once I get the windows unfogged because they're foggy. Last night, actually this morning, we lost the air conditioning. One of them down in the salon. So we're running just on one heater, and the heaters that I carry with me, that little thingy even the smallest one, you can see what's going on. That's a heater, because a lot of the boats are coming without, and this one you can see there, and we can see there we have a window defrosters on this one, and a lot of boats we don't. So I carry this one with an extra long cable, so I can defrost the windows on some of the boats. Since I don't want to run the generator right now, and I don't want to push the electrical system yet, I'm using the little heater on one side and even the smallest one on the other side to defrost the windows. She's ready. The switches that I was talking. Everything is red light, compass light, pilot light, from left to right. So there is no guessing in the middle of the night which button to press. You start going from left to right, sooner or later you get the lights going. There you go, that's the plan. Radios are working, electronics are on, weather is okay. We'll finish the coffee, we'll fire up, and a first day light, because it doesn't matter if we're gonna start 15 minutes, sooner or later. 15 minutes not gonna fix the problem. In a 15 minutes or 20 minutes we'll fire up and we go. Hope for a slow, steady, relatively easy run along the shore. Once we are 100 miles north of that destination, or 12 hours, late afternoon, the weather will improve. I mean, we're gonna have some afternoon blow, but that's not a boat that is afraid from afternoon blows. So we're gonna push first 100 miles. After it, it's supposed to be relatively easy according to the weather forecast. I hope the weather forecast is right on our money. All of our actions are based on somebody's guess. Sometimes when they don't guess, how to say this thing, when the guess is kind of sideways, it can be fun. Some people are asking, hey, what are you doing there on this weather? Well, the weather forecast was for 15 to 20, not for 40. And Mendocino is kind of famous for this. You start going and you have to cover 150 miles pretty much with no place to stop. So once you commit, you go to Punta Delgada, 130 miles from here, and all of a sudden, yeah, the weather forecast was for 20 knots and it's blowing 40, 45. Right there, you need a boat like this that can actually push even through this weather. If I decide to stay and wait for a better weather, that's another week from now, and I don't trust the weather for more than 3 days ahead of the game. So even if we pull the throttle and keep on drinking coffees over here, 3, 4, 5 days from now, if they update the weather forecast and they say, you know what, it's not gonna be a good weather, we'll still blow 30, 40, that boat might stay here for half a month. So, like it or not, we just have to fire up and push the first 100 miles. That's the plan. We'll see the reality. Sometimes the reality and the plan is two different games.